It's time once again for Scholastic
Podcastic!
Welcome back to Chapter 23 of Scholastic Podcastic. I'm Brent.
I'm Tom.
I'm Quinn.
And I'm Aaron.
On today's episode, we'll be talking about Animorphs number 9, The Secret, written by K.A. Applegate and published in August 1997. New year, new Animorphs.
Oh, yeah.
It's like still a great time for Brent.
Yeah, still 97.
Oh, starting middle school, though, at Stony Brook, so that's a new thing. 6th grade, that's when your boys' grades started to take a downward turn.
Oh, no.
What happened to the advanced reading?
What?
I stopped caring. Middle school.
So this is before middle school. So this came out in July, right? So you probably went back in August. So what'd you do the summer before? Did you have like a Stand By Me moment with all your elementary school bros? Did you go find a dead body?
I cried. Yeah, I remember getting off the bus and at the end of our street, and I remember getting off of the bus and just walking down my street, crying.
You guys realize what this means about Brent now. Brent's a soft boy.
No, I will not allow that.
Brent's a soft boy.
We're gonna watch.
Confirmed.
A soft boy.
Brent.
I just finished the best year of my life, 96, 97, 5th grade. And I was like, this is it. I knew it then. As true as I know it now. I knew it then.
Oh no.
So he's a Tobias. We saw it. Soft.
I love Tobias. I don't care.
See?
What anybody says. I love
See?
Tobias.
Good. I'm just out here bringing back the rhetoric. The soft boy rhetoric that
Just testing it out again.
pervades Animorphs.
Not a fan.
I mean, I was Marco, as we just heard. I had forgotten that. So obviously, it's like a foil thing. Like I always have to surround myself with soft boy energy because I, the sardonic one, need it to survive.
Yeah.
You don't agree?
I have no idea, to be quite honest.
Listen to Rachel.
I'm just reeling from this revelation of Brent being soft. I can't do it. I don't like it.
I think we're gonna find out. I predict the end of the Animorphs. We're gonna find out you're all soft. You're all soft boys.
Shit.
We're all
Throw it
Tobias.
down in 2020.
Throwing that out here. 2022
Hey,
prediction. You're all soft.
I'm a Rachel through and through. You ain't taking that from me.
You know what Rachel loves? A soft boy.
I know, it makes sense. That's why me and Brent work so well together. It's all coming together now.
Good. We're back in the rhetoric where I feel I can shine.
Aye.
Now, we didn't talk about this beforehand. I'm remembering how to podcast now. We got to summarize this book.
Did you guys miss our team of Animorphs in the break?
Yeah.
I mean,
how could you not?
Okay. I just wondered. I did too. I was hoping a bigger thing out of this, but yeah, it is weird coming back after going through so many survival one standalone kind of books,
Yeah, that's fair. This one also kind of felt like a survival book almost.
A little bit.
Oh, interesting. We're in the woods. Yeah.
We're in the woods. We're getting trapped in places.
There's
Yeah.
wild animals. Oh,
So many wild animals.
Yeah.
Skunk.
If they had a hatchet, they could have taken down Visser 3. That's all I'm saying. Cassie had a
Brian's
hatchet,
out there
bro.
somewhere.
Oh my goodness. Gary Paulson presents
Animorphs.
how do we do this mashup? Please.
Oh, God.
Please.
Well, obviously they're in the same woods that Brian's in, and then the Yerks come in, And they're like, all right, we got to get that kid. He's out here with a hatchet. He must be an Andalite.
Not in Brian's list. You ain't getting that.
This Andalite technology.
Yeah.
Like a blade on a stick.
They keep finding the cuts, so they're like, it must be Andalites out here.
I think Brian might have a better shot. And if we could get a time machine and he could team up with a gal from the Blue Dolphin, I think Visser 3 is already done. I think the Yeerk invasion is over. Because they'll be using whale bones and a hatchet. Like, we don't even need
Karana.
Hold on. Animorphs as kids. So just the kids. They can't morph. Versus Brian and who survives?
No, that's a real battle royale situation, and it's not the Animorphs.
They can't morph, but is Tobias there as a red-tailed hawk?
Ooh, good question. Yes, I would say we also have to consider the like mental hardening they've gone through by being Animorphs. They're pretty resilient now. So even though they're not in survivalist situations, they're always thinking. They're always surviving. And
by thinking, do you mean shenanigans? Animals. Is that what they do?
Did you guys? Well, as everyone on this recording knows, I just finished this book, and I thought this was the first book. Well, they've been like horrified by their experience before, but this was the first book to be like, this is very mentally taxing, and is affecting all of my life in a negative way. But this is Cassie. Cassie shows that maybe some of the stress is like honing her expertise. Like, you know, she's under pressure and it's making everything else fall apart. But her animal knowledge comes out. Everything is very important that she knows all of these things and it comes out at the right time. And I think we're probably going to see more of that as these progress. They're going to be, wise children.
Okay, I can't remember.
Which children?
Do I interrupt you on this podcast? Because first of all, I wanted to say more like mental taxon, which we didn't get.
Nice.
And then I also want to say under pressure, when you said under pressure. But
okay. I didn't hear. Just keep doing it.
Okay, I can't remember how to do this.
Please interrupt me. I apparently interrupt everyone, so it serves me right. It's my nature as a non-soft boy.
Oh my goodness, okay. Marco over here. I have this broken up into shenanigans already.
Okay.
Go for it.
I'm not sure that I know more details than what I'm going to tell you on these shenanigans because I also read this just earlier today. Okay, this is a Cassie book, which is, I think, only our second Cassie book. Last time they were dolphins and they went and met Big Daddy Whale.
Big Daddy?
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 He's out there banging.
Oh, man.
When are we getting that book? So, this time, very quickly, okay, we got 5 shenanigans. Let's just say that. The first one, we enter with Cassie and Rachel doing some kind of experiment at school. They morph into rats and do the maze and have their shenanigan at the school. Oh boy, things to talk about there. Second of all, we find out that Axe and Tobias have seen that there's a lumber company knocking down trees in the forest, and they're like, we know it's Yeerks, so we got to go spy on them is our next shenanigan. We do that as wolves, kind of normal thing. We get attacked a little bit and have to run away. We then decide, wait a minute, someone had to give the okay because this is in a national park, in a national forest, and the only way to find out who authorized that is we have to break into the place. Is that the next shenanigan? I'm turning out. I don't remember what happened in this book.
I have termites as the next shenanigan.
Yeah. We got to get the termites.
They see a list of
to
people.
Spy in there. So we find out there's 3 city councilors apparently who had to give the approval to this lumber company to harvest trees in this national forest. Meanwhile, Cassie is trying to balance school and work with her parents and being an Animorph, which is stressful. And there's a skunk that her and her dad go and rescue to bring back to the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. She becomes attached to the skunk, so you know that that's going to show up later in the book. Decides the skunk has some little skunks out there. Tobias has been eating them, we find out later, which brings up all of these conflicted questions about who deserves to live and who deserves to die. Anyway, so we morph skunk. That's another shenanigan. At the end, we go break in to the Yerk base there to steal the third city councilor so that he will not approve this, timber operation. Shenanigans ensue that involved a skunk. You can guess, what are you going to do with a skunk? You're going to make it stink up people. Yerks. The end. 5 shenanigans as I count them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Look, as always, I feel like the first shenanigan, in this case, they're all going to do it. They're all just going to do what they want with their morphing powers. In this case,
so this is the first book where Jake has made a rule as their defunct leader that you are not supposed to use your morphs unless it is a Yerk situation or an emergency. And that's why he separates and he makes Cassie go with Marco on the first outing. Because he's like trying to discipline them, which is kind of weird. I guess, Quinn, maybe you're right. Maybe they are starting to become better. I don't know. The one thing that I took away was they were like, oh, after we do the rat maze shenanigans and terrified these 2 kids, we went to Rachel's house and gave her sister a perm.
I also noted that.
I went pretty deep on the perms. Is it a Tony perm? Like, is it a kit? Was there a lot of kits in 97 to do perms?
Home perm.
I was thinking about it because it would take a long time and it would smell very bad, which apparently is a theme of this book. There's things smelling bad, but perms do smell bad and take a long time. And I was like, hey, Cassie, you're like about to fail a class. 1, 2, a lot of your internal dialogue has been about how much homework you have to do. 3, perms take a long time, and you've been an Animorph for a while. I think your time management should be better.
4.
4, perms never work out well, and her little sister is going to regret it because it's probably like really curly, and she's not going to know how to take care of them.
5, a little bit.
There you go.
Did she do
what year did that come out? What year did that come out?
Ooh, Mambo number 5? That could be 97. That feels right. I just need to know, did she get soft body waves, medium wave, and curl, or mostly curls? We know it's mostly curls. It's going to be a nightmare sitch.
It's like the tight curl. So
don't do it.
I've never had a perm. They're generally frowned upon unless you're like really getting like know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so I get my eyebrows laminated, which is essentially perm. And it means they like flatten my eyebrows to my face because my eyebrows are curly. And it smells really bad. And that's just my eyebrows. Yeah. So can you even imagine?
So is there I mean, we'll get to this at the end, but is there a different version of this book where instead of the skunk, we have because like, you know, those on like daytime TV in the 90s, the idea of giving someone a makeover, you know, in like 45 minutes. So could we give Visser 3 a perm? Like, could the perm have been the thing that came back instead of the skunk?
I like that. Chekhov's perm instead of Chekhov's skunk.
I would have liked that better. That's really my only note was about the home perm situation.
Also, I have a note.
Brent, you're growing your hair out, so maybe a live stream of us perming your hair one day. It could cause permanent damage. I don't know.
It's literally a perm.
My permanent record?
Permanent, yeah. I have a note, and I'm sure others of you noted this. During this first shenanigan, multiple references to this things in comparison to trees.
Well,
we're back. We're
Page
back,
15.
baby. I highlighted a couple. Something was as big as a pine tree. Something was like a redwood. Something was a log. I was like, these are all just trees.
Quinn, why don't you get into this? Why don't you get into this tree trunk section? Why don't you get into tree trunk time?
Tree trunk time.
Tree trunk time.
Hold on, I have to navigate my digital book. Okay, they're rats. Did we describe this? They turn into rats, and these kids come in, start animal cruelty. Some kids come in, and their first instinct is to try to murder these like science rats. They're not like pizza rat. They're like white lab rats, or that's what I imagine because they said like the pink tail. I don't know.
Yeah.
What did you guys think? Anyway, Courtney, Cassie's rat. Cassie did name her rat Courtney, which I did enjoy. They morph into that rat, and these kids come in and start like beating Rachel and Cassie, who are now also rats, with a broom. And the broom is described as something the size of a pine tree. Pine trees come in all sizes, so this doesn't help me in the least. Slap the surface of the table. Later says it was a broom handle. It swept across the table, coming right at us. A wooden log, half my own height. Okay. And then when our friend Cassie goes to bite their attackers as a rat, she describes his leg as being the size of a redwood, except that this redwood was blue. So maybe not like a great description to use if you have to do a fun caveat on the end.
Okay, and at that same moment, but we'll talk about what it is. But for the three of you, a question: if you had to use language to describe this thing that was not the thing, so if you were going to describe visually a boy's leg, let's say a boy's calf, even.
Okay.
How would you?
Does he work out?
Yeah, that's a big question for me.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
have
like
a hunky boys
Mr.
list, and
Does
I
he have
read
like a
out deeply
big
about their bodies.
Yeah.
This boy does not work out. No way.
This is a middle school boy.
Yeah,
I'm not going
on
to
the
comment on a
track
middle school
team.
boy's body unless they're throwing up a shit ton of weight and have a really good go at like being a competitive lifter of some capacity.
Okay, this boy is on the track team and does long jump and 500 meter.
No, I'm not talking about that dude's calf. I'm sorry.
You're not okay, and he also just drinks human growth hormone. So
Oh, well then, yeah, maybe.
Oh,
Okay, now we're
How's
talking.
it
Now we're
looking?
talking. Yeah.
Okay,
Is it Santa Claus doesn't mop floors level of calves?
Oh,
Yes,
his
good job.
quads. Oh my god.
Sorry guys, I have to ask. Do you think the Courtney the rat was more of a Courtney Cox or more of a Courtney Love?
the two 90s Courtneys.
I'm just saying. I didn't know like because it didn't give me enough personality about Courtney the rat. I would have liked to know a little bit more outside of the ceiling fan was throwing off the scent. I took away the perm and I took away this Courtney rat situation. I was thinking Courtney Cox, but I don't know.
I was thinking Courtney Cox too.
As was I.
I'm with you.
That's
Okay.
wild.
We got a friend's
Ren?
rat here. All right.
What am I choosing Courtney? It did remind me it's very of its time because I feel like Courtney, I had a friend named Courtney in elementary school. Courtney Glassbach. What's up? How many Courtneys did you guys know?
I don't know. We're all over the place though.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
Did we
I'm-
answer
well-
the how would you describe a leg?
Do you have an
Where are
answer?
we?
Hold on. To how I describe, I have to think about this leg. Hold on.
What's the vascularity like on this leg?
I would probably compare it to like a type of column, like architecture.
I would have said
Ionic.
meat tube.
Yeah, it's an ionic
No, just a large meat tube.
meat tube. That's fun.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
What'd you ask about, Beasley? The
Vascularity leg. We have a lot of
Oh.
veins. You said he's taking a lot of human growth.
Washington Monument.
All right.
would you call it curved pink skin?
No, I would not. Because that sounds like a dick.
Because that's what K.A. Applegate would call it twice.
Aye. K.A., get your mind out of the gutter.
Yeah, because these rats are inside this boy's pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
This is a pure shenanigan, too. This is purely shenanigan.
This is pure shenanigan. Like, so during this scene, like, they had established that we better not do this, otherwise Jake will be mad. So it makes Jake out like the asshole. But then, of course, this shenanigan happens where they both decide to morph into rats instead of one being on lookout, which I think they even mentioned in the book that would be a good idea.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for doing Quinn criticizes some kids.
Not a problem.
Let's get into it.
This is like,
no.
I was against Jake at the start of it, but now I think they do need supervision. Like, why would you? And it was all to find out, oh, the ceiling fan is on. Why do you need to turn into a rat to be like, oh, well, smells are blowing away? The ceiling fan.
Well, what will the other shenanigan be, Tom? This is how these books are written.
I don't know.
They just go home and do the perm.
Oh.
And Cassie, wait.
I'm in.
Cassie does not resolve whether she got her extra credit to bring her freaking grade up, which as a young person who was held to very high academic standards bothered me to know it. I was like, you deserved that D at this point. If someone let you do an extra credit project and you got a rat, you got permission to have a rat project? Cassie. And now the rat just lives at the school.
What is this experiment, though? What is this?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
No,
I guess she was supposed to like write her observations. It was probably like, keeping like lab notes and turning in your notebook if you ever took a lab. And she just didn't do it.
I mean, you're just taking a baseline of how fast the rat can go the maze, right?
Yeah, but like she could have also filled out the rat won't go through the maze. Would that not have?
That would be the scientific observation at the time.
Yeah.
And then the co-founding variable being the fan, which if she looked at her environment without being a rat herself, she could have just found out.
Yeah, it really did.
Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah, like this
on it.
This is also one of the worst shenanigans, I think.
I don't think high school will give you live mice. I just don't think that's a thing.
Middle school.
Middle school.
Middle school, my dear boy. Yes.
Yeah. I don't even think.
Know. This is the
I don't
90s,
even think
though.
Animal behavior, like organism behavior programs give you. I think they give you termites. I don't think they give you actual live mice or rats at the graduate level. I believe you're supposed to make your observations and shape behavior through cockroaches.
Did any of you get any of that stuff, or did you dissect anything?
Yes.
Dissected. Yeah.
Dissected.
We had rats in my 7th grade science class. And then I dissected like a frog and then a cat.
Whoa!
Oh, you got the cat.
A cat?
It was AP Bio.
Yeah, you had to be an AP. You had to be an AP.
A cat?
Yeah, you had to be an AP to get
maybe
that cat.
If Cassie worked a little harder, she could be an AP Bio one day too.
A fucking like a live cat?
No,
it wasn't. You didn't have to kill it.
Yeah, no,
the first thing you did wasn't like hunt and skin the cat.
Like I live in a neighborhood that's literally cats outnumber people, so I'm a little freaked out about this. Are there high schools coming to my neighborhood and catching these feral cats? And then murdering them for AP Bio kids to rip apart?
I'm guessing they're like euthanized cats.
That makes it not better. I don't like this. That's weird. Why cats?
I don't
know. Real weird.
We had a like freezer and it was over like a long time. So me and my lab partner Emily, we would like get the cat out in the morning and it smelled like formaldehyde and we'd like get our little stuff on and they'd be like, oh, today we're gonna like dissect this part or like try to find like this muscle.
Wow. No.
And we would just like, I don't know, there were only like 8 of us in the class. I didn't go to like a very good high school, so the amount of people who made it to AP Bio was pretty slim.
I would literally try to fight everyone in AP Bio for going along with that. It's a weird move.
That's weird.
Everyone dissects a cat. That's like the thing.
No.
Why is that the thing?
I'm so glad I was
make it
dumb
to AP
and
Bio,
unaware
you
of
dissect
practice.
a cat.
It's like an achievement unlocked. Oh, guess AP.
You get to dissect the cat.
Better murder this cat.
They don't really look like, as a cat fan, I can see my cats right now. They do. It was very like not humanized, but like decatified in its like state.
You know, trail
It was
mix?
like, yeah, it was like hairless and like like it looked like a little alien at that point.
Oh, they shave it first?
Yeah, it was like super.
Why?
Yeah,
like, I don't. Who? No. Okay.
What'd you dissect, Beasley? Tom?
Yeah, what'd you dissect? Did you dissect like a sheep's eye?
Just
that one too.
Yeah, they both say like, well, I don't know, like a baby lamb, like like this cat.
No,
first we hunted a fawn,
Yeah.
and then we looked inside its brain.
Yeah, you know what? It wouldn't have surprised me if we did down there.
Oh yeah, actually.
Yeah.
No, I just remember a frog. I want to say high school we dissected a pig. But I don't remember for sure. I could be implanting that.
You might have. I went to alternative school really early, so we weren't allowed to do anything over there that involved knives. I mean, that was not okay.
Okay.
You know. Man.
Brent, what'd you dissect? Same?
I only made it to frog. I remember that.
I only made it to frog.
Yeah, I only made it to frog in 8th grade. But I do remember that when you got to high school, so my 9th grade, I think it was an AP Bio. That was the worst high school teacher I ever had. And that was the worst teacher I ever had, actually. But then you had to
You were in an emotional state like we already discussed earlier.
Yeah.
Just getting to high school on its own. That teacher wasn't that bad. He was just slightly mean, but you were like very raw emotionally.
What's his name? I want his name to be out there. He was the goddamn worst teacher I had in my whole educational experience. What the fuck was that piece of shit's name?
Wow.
Oh, I want it out there. I want it out there.
Let's take him down.
But the cat, it was like we knew
remember?
You had to make it to like, no, I fucking forgot about him the day I left there. I literally I walked in one day, we had like a holiday party in my journalism class, and I just showed up to his class. We were taking the like Scantron test with a full plate of food. Like I was like, a feast for me. And I was like, B, I'm done. Can I leave? I hate it. Okay. The cat, we knew that the cats existed, but you had to be like an 11th grader or something in an AP class with that sack of shit again. And I was like, deuces, I'm out.
Wow.
Man.
That's true.
But I did dissect a frog.
You hated that guy so much, you passed up dissecting a cat.
Yeah, I hated that guy more than I love dissecting cats.
I don't know how I feel about that statement, but Brent, I do like this like debauchery that you're getting into in high school. Fuck advanced reading, fuck dissecting cats, fuck this guy.
Yeah,
B for every fucking answer. No, man, that's great. I
for the first time, I was a good elementary school student, as we've talked about. Yeah, we're getting into, now that we're in August of '97. We're getting into a whole different era for me. The first time I got an F on like a something that I had done was probably in 6th grade in this like August 97 school year. And as soon as I got that, I was just like, nothing matters. I got an F and nothing matters now. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, it was liberating for this guy.
Oof. Really living that
power.
Life, Brent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, 2022 Brent gets Fs. Sorry if you love old Brent.
As much as I did not like the first shenanigan because it was a dumb move on the kids, I do like the Yerks being like, "Hey, they're probably hiding in these woods. Let's just cut down the woods." Like, bold move, Yerks, and I'm here for it.
It's pretty good. Like,
someone describe the Yerk plan, Tom.
Oh god, their plan was literally just like, let's deforest this whole area, and we'll catch those Andalite bandits. That was it. And they named what did they even call the thing? I listened to this a couple weeks ago. Dole something. It turns out it's an inappropriate word in the Yerk language. I assume it means poop.
Oh, what did you guys think it meant?
I assumed poop.
Oh, I was hoping it meant like dump truck ass or something.
Dapson.
Yeah.
I thought it was the Fortnite dance move. I thought they were just way ahead of their time.
Dabbing?
Yeah, I just saw Visser 3 dabbing.
Just dabbing.
As his insult to his enemies as he dances on their skulls. Yeah, so they have a force field. That was a weird, cool technology we've never seen before. They just have like this Star Trek-esque like huge force field that no one could get through unless you have a DNA-coded like walkie-talkie type thing.
Yeah, it's coded your DNA. So like it has to be you holding it.
Like I think it was this part is like one of the only notes I took is like my favorite line of this book. When Cassie's going through and redescribing everyone, as we do with every book, she gets to Tobias and she just says the line, "He lives like a hawk."
Which should be more badass than it is.
It should be, but it sounded cool.
So Tobias and Axe are the ones who are like, hey, we've seen this thing going up. We know that it's Yerks. We can see a force field. They're cutting stuff down. And they go and tell the rest of the gang. Now, first of all, I was like, wait a minute. Tobias went to Jake first, not Rachel. But we do find out that it was, I don't know, they actually do address that. It was because Axe just said he had an emergency. Like, I guess Axe is the one who found it. It's on in the national park right behind Cassie's farm as we're describing it. We do the meetup in Cassie's barn, of course. I do like this line that I wish I would have read before Christmas because we get this whole paragraph describing what animals are in Cassie's barn. It's a whole 12 days of Christmas. Beautiful red-winged blackbird, group of assorted gulls, swan cygnet, really cool porcupine, pair of jackrabbits, and but no golden eagle. It's been released into the wild, and Tobias is freaked out about it.
Well, we know he was going to murder, right? That was our theory on Tobias when we caught him in the barn, and she was doing a squirrel morph, and you're like, wait, what? Tobias, why are you in this bar? He was going to kill that golden eagle. Now the golden eagle's out in the wild, so I want the side story of him hunting and murdering a golden eagle.
That golden eagle's just going to be his moose.
Oh, man.
He's going to show up and beat the shit out of him.
No. I want Tobias. This is Tobias's move to become a Swayze. No longer soft.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna talon up, and he's gonna break through and be able to morph back to human.
No longer a soft boy, but a soft man.
Soft man. Completely different thing.
He's still soft. That's important.
But only when he needs to be.
But he can still fucking run a bar and bounce people.
Yeah.
A southern town.
Rip out their throats or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I would love that crossover. Sam Elliott's here. It's great. Whatever. Let's do it. Tobias just really changes.
So we do start to get very quickly, Cassie's being cast in this one as an environmentalist, and we do start to get a lot more of K.A. Applegate. I feel like in this one we did start to get a little bit more of like maybe what the underlying message of all of Animorphs is from K.A. Applegate, which is this like environmentalist piece, right? Because it's like, hey, they're deforesting this whole park, which also not only affects this whole ecosystem, all these animals. Of course, it affects us because it's Yerks trying to kill us because they're trying to drive out the Andalites. But so Cassie becomes the foil for like, let's recycle and let's save the whales and let's conserve water and all of that through this pretty quickly. Boy, we how do we do this? How are we trying to get there? We have to go to the mall for some reason again to meet up, to plan. I just know because I have this list.
Oh, nachos.
The Limited.
Yes.
Banana Republic. Mm-hmm. The Gap. Department stores.
Yeah, those were all in my book. So I think they've stopped updating them at this point. I think they're just re-releasing them. They're not going and revising them to be current. Because Brent, I'm assuming you have an original.
Of course I do. And look what's in it. Look what's in it. A postcard that I could rip out. Now, they done my girl Cassie bad because everybody else got one of their cool morphs and she got her fucking fly.
Oh, yeah. Weird.
Yeah. Weird.
Should be a horse, right?
Yeah, I was say, what other morphs does she have right now? Another wolf. They should have given her a wolf and done Marco as like the gorilla.
The gorilla.
That's like their iconic ones.
I do think this is we're seeing Cassie as a bad motherfucker in this one. She's getting a little reckless, which we haven't seen her really do before. And she also talks shit to Visser 3, and she's the first Animorph to actually talk to Visser 3. Oh, no one else has done that outside of Axe. So, yeah, she's thought speaking at controllers and Visser 3. Mm-hmm. So, she might be more Andalite than Axe himself. We don't know. She's already a better morpher. So, I don't know. What's her backstory? We're going to get into some weird stuff? Alien DNA? Who knows? But I'm here for it.
Should be cool.
For Cassie, you think she's like a Dana Scully?
Ooh.
We find out that,
Hey, maybe.
I want to believe.
Okay. I just got to figure out. So when we go to the mall, I find out this is also the first mention that I can remember at least of the internet, of them actually logging onto the internet for some reason. This is August 97. And they looked up termite information on the internet.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Probably.
I
know. And then here's what I liked about this. So they get the termite, and I think that one of them has looked up information on the internet. And then immediately the next question is, so we know that there's these three commissioner. Oh, we know that someone has approved, because this is federal property. Someone has had to approve this logging. How can we find out who would approve this? The answer is not do a Lycos search on the 97 internet. The answer is we have to become termites, sneak through the force field, morph out inside the house, because inside that will tell us who is giving the approvals to clear this land. Mm-hmm. So that's how we get into that next shenanigan, is we have to break in as termites. And everybody's like, I don't want to be a termite. I remember those ants.
That is insane. So did we talk about the first recon mission where Cassie's in trouble? So her and Marco have to be wolves and go.
They have to be wolves.
And then Marco gets caught in a steel net.
That's the second shenanigan. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. And then after that, they're like, well, that didn't work. Guess they're Yerks. Axe and Tobias were telling the truth. Which I didn't understand why they thought maybe like humans would just have a giant force field, but like kind of did. They're like, we got to check it out for ourselves because we can't trust you guys.
We can't trust the hawk and the alien. Ugh.
Yeah. So that is the first, and then Marco gets trapped under a steel net. Which again, it's weird they have nets out when they have a force field. You would think they'd have force field like traps or something.
Yeah,
seems like they've been holding back on some tech. That's all I'm saying, Yerkes.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Why not? Why couldn't they just go and like drop force fields throughout the forest and just prevent the Andalites from escaping?
Yeah, who knows?
How does a force field work, guys?
I don't know. I have so many I can't inspect these things too closely because I get angry that they expected me to believe that this would work. Like this force field, this isn't like the middle of nowhere. I guess I just get confused that like they're like, no, if we put up space technology force fields just in these woods that butt up against residential areas, it's cool. Like no one will notice. And like they touched it and freaking like lasers came out and gunfire. Yeah. And they just touched it. I was like, what if someone like walked in the woods?
Dracon beams and people with automatic weapons firing at you. This is not the forestry.
I just had a lot of thoughts about that. I feel like maybe the Yeerks aren't like adapting to human norms very well.
I don't think they're worried about it. I think they're pretty confident they can just take over or kill whoever they need to.
I know, but this is where you guys and I differ, where I'm like, I feel like if enough weird stuff was happening, that it would be noticed.
I mean,
and especially if a big like fortress was built in the middle of some woods that there used to not be a big fortress in.
Yeah, but it's also like
they've taken over all the park rangers and made it a no-fly zone.
Sure.
Which we know they have taken over a significant amount because they were able to get helicopters and shit.
Yeah. Well, they should consider starting an illegal weed farm instead of trying to kill.
Really mellow out those Yeerks.
Yeah.
So Jake kind of gets, he doesn't have to be a termite, man. He kind of just like, he draws the short end of the stick.
Sort of.
Like, that's it. He's just like, you go distract them and almost get blasted. And then we don't hear from Jake. He just kind of runs off and does his own thing. Yeah. You think we're going to get a megamorph about Jake's perspective during that?
Oh, I don't know. We might.
What did he get into?
The next megamorph isn't for a while, I think, right?
I have no idea, to be quite honest.
I don't know. Could be anything. I don't
know. Sorry. Back on track. So we got to get to the skunk business because that's really what the book's about. It's weird
it's all about this one skunk.
Like, Cassie probably should be morphing on the cover into a skunk instead of a wolf because she acquires the skunk. Yeah. And this is like, I think the fourth book that has come out so far where it shows them morphing into something they already have. But it's just not as, like, the wolf isn't a significant part of the book. So why not just be a skunk? Maybe they thought kids wouldn't think that's as cool. I don't know.
Skunk or termite. Yeah, I mean, those are both new morphs, and they're both very important for the story and kind of awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong, the wolf is cool, but it doesn't do a lot in this story. Just the spine, just the second spy shenanigan.
This book really hyped them up.
Look at it. Do you see inside this cover?
Yeah, the skunk hype is real strong in this one.
Ooh.
It's beautiful.
It's a good beautiful.
Wolf. This is the first one on Kindle where they haven't updated the cover. Do we talk about that?
No. What does that mean?
This is the first one. I don't know. It might mean that it doesn't have updates because the first 8 cover art is not the more steps of the morph. It's like a half morphed face.
Oh, I didn't
on
know
the
that.
Kindle version, and then this one is the wolf, like what your cover is, just like a digitized version of that.
I didn't know that.
So it might be where they've like left off trying to update them.
Yeah, I think so. They only did the first handful in like 2012 or whatever with those half face things.
Yeah, they decide they're gonna do the termite thing after they go out and realize they can't get through the force field, I guess. And that's when Cassie gets home and has to go rescue the skunk, acquires that morph. Is that where we're at?
The termite thing. Yeah. We gotta talk about the termite. We gotta talk about the termite thing and getting in there. I think that happens.
It happens after this.
Well, then let's talk about that dang skunk.
Yeah, so Cassie goes, and her dad's like, hey, I'm not getting sprayed again. He's got some serious, like, post-traumatic stress from getting sprayed and having to live in the yard.
Now, this is
So his teenage daughter who has to go to school, he's like, F you. If someone's getting sprayed, it's you, bitch. Like,
classic dad move.
Mom's not doing it. Dad's not doing it. Cassie, go get that skunk. You're good with skunks. That is insane.
This is the same dad who made his famous chili. Right?
For Jake? It's going to set you on fire, chili. Yeah.
When is Jake going to have to eat that after Axe ate half the fucking big giant pot of it?
Yeah. Like, there's got to be some other book in the future where Jake comes over for dinner and the guy's like, I made it extra spicy for you.
I can't wait.
And then he's gonna attempt to shit himself and embarrass himself in front of Cassie. Oh, that's a shenanigan that I'm here for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what we're missing in this book.
I'm telling you what.
Yeah, but I think Cassie gets the skunk morph. She doesn't get sprayed.
No, gets it.
She is just that good.
Finds out through the dad. The dad just like, yeah, she has babies somewhere. We can tell.
How?
Which is weird. How? I don't know what he's looking at there. It's just got burnt by a Dracon
I
beam.
don't know. Yeah.
So then Cassie morphs to a owl to go do some more recon.
I love those owl morphs.
Owl morphs cool.
I mean, that would be cool.
I love those owls.
And then let's see. Yeah, I think that's when they decide to do it as termites, because I guess maybe Tobias saw a termite and was like, I'll pick one of those up, bring it to everybody, and let them all acquire it.
Yeah.
Which, man, can you imagine that journey for a little termite guy?
Yes.
Just hanging out, eating some fucking wood, and then all of a sudden a giant hawk picks you up, travels miles with you, somehow gets you in like a container, gives you to everybody.
And then a bunch of humans like gently caress you.
What happens to termite after that? He's so far away from home. Does he try to make it back? And then when he gets back, it's like the queen's dead. He's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a real homeward bound situation for that termite.
He sets out on a quest of vengeance after that, blaming the Animorphs.
Man, termite home. I would watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, this termite, this termite, because they're specifically like, we got to be a little enough. This is where I ask, how does a force field work? They're like, if we're little, we can get under it somehow. And the pine needle casts a shadow that's blocks the thing, so they can just crawl. But it's like, okay, guess where else there's shadows from? The trees.
Mm-hmm.
So why do those shadows not interrupt the force field?
Yeah.
Can't examine it too closely.
You could be like a mole. You could just dig under the force field. You'd be like a mole and just kind of like.
I thought they were actually going to burrow. Yeah.
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 That makes sense.
Yeah. I was expecting them to get like something that would burrow. Like, I don't know. I can't think of an animal right now. Something that burrows.
Yeah, a groundhog.
Go under it. A groundhog. Thank you.
Top 5
I can't
animals
think
that
of
burrow.
one.
Groundhog.
Groundhog. That's 5.
Muskrat?
Ooh, they make
probably.
little tunnels.
Those motherfuckers can do whatever they want.
Oh, yeah. Yes, they do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, I don't... If all they need is to... Yeah, again, I think snakes can kind of slither and do some stuff, can't they? Don't snakes, make little holes sometimes? And, I don't know about forest snakes, but... Yeah. Maybe it's only in the sand. I don't know.
Ooh, what about those spiders who dig little holes and then they hide and wait for their...
Nope.
Too scary.
Okay, I'm sorry, bro.
Scary.
Are you talking about the little spiders that leap out of the ground and take down large birds in Africa? Are you talking about those ones?
They have little holes and they're like, gotcha.
Yeah, they literally leap out and catch birds in the air.
What are they like, Brett?
Gotcha.
Jesus. I would never, ever fucking turn into an insect or a bug.
You?
Probably not even a mouse. All that shit is just too prey.
Wait.
You would just get eaten.
Wait.
You just get eaten.
Not a spider?
No, that's scary.
And not a mouse like Ralph?
Well, hold on. Are we bringing a motorcycle into the mix? Because Ralph probably could have just rode through the motorcycle because it casts a shadow into it like a cool, badass action movie. He just makes his mouth sounds. And he slides underneath the force field.
Yes.
Walk up with an umbrella. Be like, I'm in shadow.
Yeah.
You Mary Poppins it.
I'm Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins it.
Why can't they Mary Poppins it? Come on.
Yeah, termites are a bad idea.
Yeah, obviously.
They do it, and then they all lose themselves in the colony because of the queen. And then luckily, could you imagine the different jobs of termites? Like if you're not one of those people guarding the eggs next to the queen, you're just done. Your brain belongs to a termite now. But Cassie has to straight up murder a termite queen, which she feels very guilty about.
Wild.
This part was great.
I mean, this is a horror film. Like, this almost is scary.
Yeah. Like, having your, like, entire personality forced out by an outside entity, and then, like, wresting control from it, and then against everything your body wants to do, murdering the queen. Amazing.
Yeah. It's an ant. It's an ant. Whip its head off.
Oh, yeah.
And then everyone freaks out and runs until they're like, oh, wait, we're good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so the ant, the hive mind takes over immediately, but we actually get a lot more detail about that. I felt like we got more detail about it anyway than we did with the ants about like what that hive mind actually taking over her personality does.
Yeah. So the last time they morphed into different ants and were ripped apart by the competitive ants, so they didn't have the hive mind necessarily. They just were like, battle. Yeah. That's their ant mind was like, we're going to go battle these ants because they're in our territory, or we're in theirs. It doesn't matter. But with this, they actually just kind of get sucked in. So, do you think they're going to do bees? Like, you think?
Ooh,
are they going to do this
so.
again? Rule of three.
I thought they did bees.
Bees are cool too.
Bees are cooler than
Would you be a bee?
Termites.
Would you be a bee?
No,
come on.
Bees would be cool.
No.
Did you wait? I had a thought when they were talking. There was a lot of talk about smells, but in the reverse, there's some talk about animals who can smell really well. And I'm just wondering why they don't like somehow try to solve crimes by turning into wolves or dogs. Because we know the police, yeah. We know that police and like people use trained dogs to track scents of like missing people. And I'm like, now it's not like the dog is alerting. Now it's like the dog is telling me that the smell goes over here. Like, you could actually do some real work with these gifts. And instead,
Quinn, do you not think stopping an alien invasion is real work?
Not when apparently half the stuff we're not seeing in this book is them just doing nothing to keep up appearances.
That's true.
Like, we don't see what happens out of book, but they mention that, like, because they don't want to draw the Visser's attention because he thinks they're all Andalites, they're like, we just have to act normal.
Oh, we talked. Okay, so we did kind of talk about this on another one. Could you, Quinn? Could maybe you and Aaron? Could we see what that might look like? Like,
if what?
If you're just play acting as if you don't know each other. Tom, can I get a suggestion of a location?
Oh, okay, sure.
Oh, of a location.
Which Animorph am I?
You can pick.
Okay.
You can pick.
Who are you going to be, Aaron?
I'm going to be the detective that somehow figured out the Animorph secret and is using it to solve the case.
Okay.
Wait, who am I? Just I have no other Animorphs with me.
Just you.
Okay.
And you're at the Banana Republic.
I'm at the Banana Republic. So I'm obviously Rachel. And she's the only one who would
know
be
each
there.
other, and so you have to act as if it's just a random encounter.
Okay.
All right, be quick about it. We got to find this kid, all right?
Wait. You just lead like crazy. I'm sorry, I'm shutting down this scene.
What happened?
Classic
we went right for it. Yeah.
Denying the scene.
Yeah. So we're cutting that part
okay,
out.
I'm a yerk, and I was like,
and now you're
Andalite.
a yerk?
I just found an Andalite. You gotta. I'm a yerk. I'm the yerk in the Banana Republic.
Are you the yerk? Are you in my head?
No, I'm in the Banana Republic shopping. I'm a controller.
Wait. Oh, okay. I thought you were just a slug-bodied yerk in the Banana Republic, and I'm like, what are you gonna wear?
Nothing's gonna fit you. You're gonna have to get things tailored
I'm looking
for
at
you.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at.
Okay, hold on though. I do like that, and we should do some fan art together of yerks. A yerk runway show. Let me write that.
Simple outfits.
Yerk runway. I like that.
Okay.
Oh God.
I'm gonna work on drawing up some yerk fashion.
Love it. I'm shopping next to you in the Banana Republic, a public place.
What are we looking at?
Some sensible blazers.
Okay.
Sure.
So
because my mom is a lawyer.
I have a yerk in my brain. I'm a controller, babies. I'm in the scene.
So you yell Andalite at Rachel, who's also there.
Yeah, if I hear you just saying like, "Hey,"
okay. Well, then I pull my gun out and I go, "He's one of them," and I start blasting you.
He solved it. You can't.
I bet this controller took the kid.
You can't argue against that.
Start blasting.
Anyway, I started blasting.
I pull out.
If you're gonna yell,
when the yerk crawls out, I pull out salt that I stole from the food court. But it's on the little packets, so I have to do them one at a time. And I open them one at a time. And I pour them on that freaking little yerk slug.
Okay, so now I'm dead on the floor. Continue the scene.
And then I shoot the dead shriveled thing a few more times.
Go ahead.
I've already forgot about the kid at this point.
I need this blazer for debate class.
Rachel, just take it, all right? I got so much paperwork. The commissioner's going to be on my ass for weeks.
My mom gave me her credit card because it's for school.
Fine, so and I pull out a fake gun and throw it into the guy's hand. You saw nothing, kid.
You're giving me a gun?
No, I'm giving the dead guy a gun. He shot first.
I thought he was a slug. What is happening?
Well, I killed the man and the slug. They're both dead now.
Okay, I'm gonna go review my note cards for this debate I have tomorrow. It's about the death penalty.
All right, kid. I'll see you for the next case in a few weeks.
Okay, bye.
Later.
And I walk up to the nearest young person and I say, "Hey, was that your dad?"
Okay, and there it is. And there it is. And that's how you play it off like you didn't know each other. Good. Wow. So it'd be just like that.
Oh, man. Wait, was it somebody's dad that you know, though? Is it Jake's dad?
Well, I was just going to ask another young person, like, did they think they knew me because they're like your dad? And they thought like I was just some
just kid. A random young person. Hey, kid, is
they're
that
like,
your
oh,
dad?
it's my kid's friend. Like, I don't know why they were talking to me.
Hey, we don't know
I'm
each other.
here for debate class.
Jesus.
Oh,
we're pretty off subject now.
Yeah, I was going to say good luck, listeners. I'm on this show, and I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
I can't imagine being the person listening to that.
So they murder... Cassie murders...
Brent, fix it in post.
Because Cassie murders a termite queen.
You're going to make this in post, right?
You know it.
This is all going to be linear.
Yeah, in post.
They have a full-on breakdown as they escape.
Yeah,
and
starts freaking out and demorphing beneath the floorboard.
And then Axe is... I like this. It's like a Ninja Turtle. Axe is good with computers. So he, in this force field base, finds out that they need to find a guy named Farrand. Because Farrand has not signed off on this. And it's a 1-to-1 vote out of the 3 councilmen. So Farrand is going to be the deciding vote. And because, again, Axe, much like Donatello, is good with machines, figures it out. Yeah. And then they're like, okay, we got to intercept Farrand.
No, you're missing the best part of Axe's hacking.
Yeah?
Axe makes a slight change to the programming so it can be accessed from Marco's home computer easily.
Yes.
Just you know how he's completely mastered human 97 coding and Yerk interfaces.
What is that? What do you think they're running? Windows 95?
Like, it's gotta be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yerk's can't afford Windows 98 at this point.
His axe, Jeff Bezos. What's happened?
All right. Oh, and he also disables the shield so they can all leave.
Yeah.
And then
it's all running on that Windows 95.
Then they all just head home. That's it. They're just like, all right, I guess break. Good job, everyone. We did it.
Meanwhile, Cassie killed the Termite Queen. And so she's the one going home. Oh, and so her and Rachel go home because they did the thing where, it's like, I'm spending the night here. I'm spending the night here. They sneak back into Cassie's house. And, Cassie's having a hard time. I mean, they all were fully like given over to the hive mind. But then Cassie was the one who figured out, well, one way to end this, we got we got to kill that Termite Queen. And then she's the one who has
Rachel's the one who tells her to murder. I think Rachel's like, Cassie, you got to fucking kill that bitch.
Yeah.
Also, the Termite Queen, as I was listening back to our last episodes, the Termite Queen is definitely going to be a big part of Animorphs on Ice for next Christmas. So get ready. Get ready for
I can't wait. I can't wait
for
the cameo.
Yeah, the Termite Queen.
So then, out of some weird guilt, she decides she's going to go feed the skunks.
The skunk?
Yeah, the skunk kids.
The little baby skunks, because, she knows they're pregnant, but she doesn't know where they're at. Tobias does because he's eating one. He's straight up fucking
That's a great scene. Her and Tobias.
Yeah.
She's just like,
she's mad at Toby. Toby's like, I don't know, bro. Like, I like fucking skunk meat. Like, what do you want out of me?
Because she's just like, hey,
I don't even think he said it like that, right? He was just like, there's some left alive, yeah.
Yeah. She's like, hey, there's maybe like some, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 baby skunks out there. And he's like, yeah, there's 4.
Yeah. I know exactly where they're at.
Do you think that he was like hunting for that golden eagle and then he saw Cassie and was like, oh, I better swoop down and see what she's up to? He's like got a knife and he's like, better hide this. Flies down. I was like, hey, Cassie, heard you had a rough night.
Just like the idea that he's flying around with the knife.
Hey.
He's got his little watch from Rachel, probably, right? He's got his little pocket knife.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Oh, yeah.
So he also, it does say very early. I'm sorry, I skipped over this very early. It does say, like, it is known now. It's just out there that Tobias hangs out at Rachel's.
Yeah.
Basically every night.
I highlighted that.
So that he can just, like, watch TV and read books, is what it says. And yeah, I love this relationship. Yeah.
Because it reminds you of your relationship with Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah. You fly in.
I fly in a bird through the open
and then
window.
I'm like, hey, do you want to watch a movie? And you go, fuck no, I need books. And I'm like, I don't have any of those.
Yeah.
Let's go to Barnes and Noble.
You're like, Aaron's like, hey, do you want to not hunt for your food tonight? I have some frozen food here.
That's accurate.
Hey, yo, bro, you need some whey protein? Get your ribs.
Get ready to take down that eagle.
Oh, I would love like a training montage of Tobias like getting ready to fucking hunt and kill that golden eagle. I'm kind of obsessed with that. Hope he throws a snake at it.
Cobra
Hawk. Yeah, I don't think they've talked just so openly about them hanging out after hours. This is the first time we really get that. They've alluded to it. Tobias shows up at her house in his book, and he shows up in Rachel's book as well. So, but this is the first time, like, the other Animorphs know. Which I had to be like, man, how's that make Marco feel? How's he doing? We don't get anything from him.
Marco mostly just reacts in this book. He doesn't have a lot of... he doesn't have a lot to do, really, does he?
No, he's just kind of there.
Jake as well, really. I mean, it really is a Cassie book in a lot of... I don't know. I'm the good test of that. I'm the Cassie, so I don't know. I do like that she got to, because right immediately after that, right? So she has this conversation with Tobias, and it's just like, so she's mad at him because he's been eating the skunk babies, which she loves. She's meanwhile trying to take care of the skunk babies because she feels bad about killing Termite Queen, and so she's doing this whole like, who deserves to live, who deserves to die, what animal species, which we then relate to like what Yerk intergalactic species deserve to whatever. How are we different than that? And I feel like K. Applegate is trying to be like, okay, how are we going to drive this point home that even the most unlovable animal on the planet is going to be the one to save the day, that filthy, stinky skunk. Because it didn't have to be a skunk. It could have been anything. Could have been any little critter.
Well, skunks are cool, though. And they are not scared of anything. Cool. They spray bears. Like, you get too close to a skunk, you get shot in the face.
Yeah. Because, I mean, what are you going to do? What's a bear going to do to stop that?
No.
Hope you get to it sooner than it farts at you?
Yeah.
Like,
no, you're not fucking with that. Ugh.
no.
And they're really accurate with how they shoot and spray.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I think we get into like later in the book, like when Cassie has to do it, and she like lines it up and aims distance and everything instinctually.
Oh yeah.
Have any of you seen a skunk in the wild?
Yes.
No.
Tom, what was the scenario?
Just like one of the first houses growing up was off of like a back road area, and right across from it was like kind of like a wooded area. So like deer would wander into our yard all the time, and other like little animals, snakes a lot, which sucked. But I remember one time I was like walking into like one of the side yards, and I was like, "What the heck is that?" And it turned out it was a skunk. So I ran.
Yeah.
That was it.
So
I don't even know how old I was. Probably had to be like 6 or 7. I just was like, nope, and ran.
So my stepdad was a truck driver, and he met another like trucker who had a skunk as a pet.
What?
And I guess because you can get them desacked and they can't spray anymore, that's terrible. I don't know why anyone would do that, but this guy had, and I guess it's a really good pet because it's not like a cat that's gonna run off when you're on the road. It just kind of like when you put it on the seat, it just kind of like sits. And so I guess it was a really good pet for him. I don't know. I thought it was a weird story, but that's the only skunk secondhand information that I was ever told, that they make pretty decent pets for one truck driver out there. I don't know.
Yeah. After you remove like part of their body that they use to defend themselves.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not great.
I had several encounters with a raccoon when I was young, but no skunk.
Same
raccoon. One raccoon or different
but
raccoon?
The same raccoon. It was the same raccoon. He lived in the old red barn on the golf course.
The old red barn.
And we used to sneak into the red barn and like
what? How have you not
hayloft.
revealed this detail, Quinn? The old red barn.
Sneaking into the barn.
The old red barn got torn down.
Because it was haunted?
No.
By
raccoons.
Oh God! I feel like someone's gonna dox me or dox my parents. I grew up on like a country golf course that had formerly obviously been like a farm, like farmland. So the one thing was on one of the holes there was a big barn that was like right behind the green, and it was kind of like the thing about the well, it was also on the lake, but like the back nine had the barn, and it was big and red, and you could actually bank your like shot off of the roof of the barn and land it on the green, which was fun.
Like Michael Jordan.
Depending on where the pin was. But since I lived near the course, my friend Allison, who I mentioned before, she lived like on the other side of the golf course. We would ride our bikes and meet, and sometimes we'd be like, we're going to go in the barn. But of course, the barn was no longer like a functioning farm barn. It was just like a gross place where they like put a bunch of old stuff that they didn't use for the golf course. So it was not a safe or good place for us to be. But we did go in there, and sometimes we would like climb up the like probably not safe ladder to the like old hayloft, and every time we did, there was like a raccoon that lived in the rafters. And if it like came out, we'd be like, then we'd like scream and we'd leave the barn.
Quinn, this sounds magical. So you and Allison would ride you would meet to the center of the golf course on a cold, snowy, moonlit night.
You're imagining it's snowing.
Yes, clearly.
It was usually summer, but sure, we could adapt it.
All right.
Sure.
Yep. And and you sneak into the old barn, the old red barn, and climb up to the hayloft. And then, I don't know, I heard that sometimes when the light is right and when your heart is pure, there will be
mine was.
An old raccoon who would dispense mystic wisdom.
Brett, if you don't think that one of my young author's books was about that raccoon being magical, like
young authors,
you are not far off.
What was your story?
Off. I don't remember a lot, but I do remember that I wanted that raccoon to like come down from the rafters and reveal that it was like a talking raccoon and that it was like there to tell me. I always wrote the weirdest.
How far did we get with young authors? Did we go to state? Did we go to regionals?
I went once.
I don't know how it works.
I went to like the conference once, but that story was about aliens saving me from a shark attack in a pool.
Were you morphed as a dolphin?
No, I didn't read Animorphs. I didn't have that element in there. I was at a pool where my family goes for spring break. So that was my reference point for a place in the world. And I remember there was somehow a shark there and it was coming toward me. And then an alien like abducted me from the pool. And I learned they were like nice aliens that were just there to help. And then they like dropped me back off safely. And then I remember the ending and I was like, good job, Quinn. It was like a little wink. Was that my brother, who had been like bullying me in the pool, like playing, because I was his like little sister. I was like, where's he? And then I like looked up and the aliens had saved him too. And I was like, oh, thanks guys. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
If there's any chance you have, if you can track these down, we got to do an evening with Scholastic Podcastic where we read. I have maybe 2 of mine that I wrote in 3rd grade, 2 little stories. We got to do an evening with Scholastic Podcastic where we read our childhood stories.
I don't think I want to confront that, but I will.
No, you have to.
Okay, thanks. Okay.
Oh, yeah, there was no choice. Okay. You're doing it.
Okay, fine.
So, do we talk about Cassie falling asleep as a skunk with the babies?
We haven't.
Okay, I think that's where we might be at then.
The skunk shenanigan.
Yeah, because basically Tobias shows her and she's just like, gives him a cold shoulder and he's like, I guess I'll leave. And then he goes and immediately tells Jake. And luckily that happens because she straight up just goes to sleep with the little babies. And she's gotten real close. I think she's got 10 minutes before she becomes a skunk for life.
Yeah, real close.
But then Jake shows up and says, stop! I'm mad at you.
For life.
I'm so mad at you.
Hi guys, we're Skunk for life, and we just need one suggestion. Sorry.
Then we'll do a scene as good as the one that we did earlier.
It was as Skunk for life.
Skunk for life. I mean, probably not a bad way to be. What is the skunk's natural enemy? It's just got to be like eagles, right?
It's owls. We learned about it in the book.
But that's babies.
No, it's for all of them. Okay. Because some owls don't have scent. That's what I learned from Cassie's narration.
Oh, well, no, there's a lot. Never mind. Coyotes, foxes, dogs, bobcats, mountain lions, badgers, big owls.
Yeah.
Big owls.
Big owls.
Big owls, not little ones.
The last line is, of course, humans also pose a large threat to skunks.
Oh, wait. But Gert's research shows that less than 5% of skunk mortality is caused by predators.
What's the other 95%?
They're just out there living long lives.
What's the other 95%?
Heart attack.
They have terrible diets.
It's hard to see.
They're all anti-vaxxers. I'm sorry.
Oh, I like skunks.
It's obesity.
Oh, skunks, you were so cool for a moment.
Oh,
why would you do this? Anyway, yeah, so we get a, skunk montage?
Could be rabies. We learned that they carry rabies from her dad.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to open up fanfic lines right now.
Okay.
Because that reminded me.
Skunk for life?
Well.
Oh.
I think I have 2. Yeah. And the one is when Cassie decides that she's going to acquire the skunk DNA. That's when she's like, I gotta be this mom skunk. I gotta go out and take care of these babies. But she specifically just says, I opened the cage door and put my hand in. I was not wearing a glove.
There it is.
And but the first one, very early on, I think this is a Marco line. Marco and Cassie are chatting. Oh, this is when they're doing the first reconnaissance as wolves. And they're just talking about, they're having this little conversation, just the two of them. He's like, does it ever creep you out, all this morphine? I still remember the first time. It was so bizarre. And I feel like that's a good and accurate fanfic line about the first time.
Okay. I have one, but it's a little avant-garde.
Ooh.
But I did highlight this for this purpose. This would be like if I wrote a fanfic. If you wrote a fanfic, well, okay, I'm gonna reveal where like the POV of this fanfic before I read the line.
Perfect.
And this is a fanfic written from the perspective of a penis. And the line is,
no.
Out I shot.
Wait.
Out of
Wait. We all have
Did you
questions.
see
We all
this?
three have questions.
Hold on. Hold on.
All three of us are dying to ask you questions about this POV before you get into it.
Okay.
Human. This is a human.
Yeah, but like it could be, where am I going to put it in the fan fiction? Maybe they're animals,
Okay. Do you two want to ask your questions about this?
I honestly am going to hold all questions until the end.
Yeah, until the end. Yeah. I'm really curious where this is going.
It's a very simple line. It's very short. You're going to see.
Right.
You're going to get it once I read it.
All right.
Out I shot, out of the pants leg to freedom. That's the line.
I withdraw all questions.
Yep, questions are rescinded.
I just thought, the opportunity is there to do something different.
Out of the pants leg.
Yeah.
Freedom.
So you're working with like
freedom. Because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
So now you're all on board, and I'm glad. I mean, I also highlighted like I would remain a slave to the Termite Queen forever as a potential like fanfic line.
Real Ramses of the Damned situation.
Yeah, Termite Queen would be a fun title to get.
Okay. She almost got stuck as a skunk. Jake comes out and tries to equate his experience with the experience that she's having, which is not helpful.
No, not at all. He needs to really step it up emotionally. He is not there emotionally as a leader, or actually as a leader. And does he truly compare himself to wartime heroes? I don't know, Quiz. I don't know. I don't think so.
It's always so good.
So we approach the final shenanigan. Farrand, whatever his name is.
Fuck. This is amazing. I fucking love this old dude walks up and just gets fucking bitch slapped by Visser 3 in a human form. What?
Yeah. I had to reread that part to make sure that's what was happening.
I mean, it's, I don't know. Got to do them, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty great.
Because, so he's the third. He's the undecided vote. He's the undecided voter in this election. We know we got a no. We know we got a yes.
A local councilman is making the decision as to who can deforest a nationally protected.
My President Bill Clinton should have, maybe Big Lumber, maybe freaking Dapson
dump truck ass.
Paid him too much in re-election and he sold out. I get it.
Could be.
I don't know, but this is a bureaucratic quest, and they just need this one guy, and the Animorphs are like, no, we gotta get the guy.
Yeah, what? I don't understand their plan. And I was like, maybe we just, can we turn him? Is this like a Cold War spy situation? Can we turn, Farrand to be on like the Animorph side? What are they gonna intercept him and like show? What are they gonna do? You got Visser 3 just bitch slapping people and throwing yerks in people's ears. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird move, guys. KA, what are you doing?
Because they're thinking as if the Yeerks get him. They're just going to make him a controller, and he's going to be a yes vote for deforestation. And so we have to just kidnap him. We have to intercept that and stuff. I agree. What is the plan? What is the vision here? You kidnap him. I think they say like, oh, if he's a human, he'll be opposed to this. No question about it. But who else is out there in the woods? Nobody else is out there. No one else has seen this force field. No one else has seen this log cabin. Also, is Visser 3 wearing a little Boy Scout outfit in this scene when he's the human?
Is that what you imagine?
Has he got, little shorts and a big wide brimmed hat? Has he just like fully leaned into the Boy Scout life out here, do you think? In his human morph, of course.
I'm now on board with that. I've adopted that image.
I just want
that's cute.
Has a little bandana, and his little fire starter, and his little sash with all his little badges. One for bitch slapping, one for bulldozing, one for valeeking.
Ooh. He doesn't use any morphs in this one, does he?
Just into a human.
He just human and then the Visser. After he bitch slaps them, they all attack, and then Cassie immediately just gets like shot and goes down, right?
Yeah, she's a osprey.
And then he picks up the bird and just throws it in a box with the human.
Yeah. It's classic situations.
Weird move.
Just like one of the like U-Haul boxes from when they moved the operations from under the gap out to the cabin in the woods. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's fine. It's just this is where like I'm like I don't understand. Like Kay is like, well, it's a kid's book, so we have to figure out a way to basically negotiate by making Visser 3 smell bad. And that's what happens. It's like,
this ending, this is wild.
Somebody describe it.
Like, okay, so Cassie's in the box with the guy. She starts to demorph and then remorph into a skunk. And the entire plan basically becomes, I'm going to spray Visser so much that it's going to stink this whole ship up. And that will stop the Yeerks. That will stop the Yeerks for this de-logging plan, deforestation thing. Like, that's it. Why don't they? And like, it works. It works. She blasts him, ruins everything. And he's like, no, my ship, it now smells. Whatever will I do? And so they hold the bartering ship of, we can tell you how to get rid of that smell.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, of course, he takes the deal. He's like, all right, let's find out how to get rid of this. I don't want this soaking into the ship. It'll ruin it. It's too expensive to get a new one.
Like, one of the human controllers is like, hey, wait, I know. And he almost kills him and beheads him because he's like, don't talk to me. I need Andalite technology. Which, Visser 3 has an Andalite brain he can just poke through to figure out if there is some kind of, like, Febreze for Andalites. What? K.A., I see you. What are you doing? You didn't have a goddamn ending. You were just like,
Check off skunk.
We have to use the skunk spray, right?
We have to use the skunk.
We have to use the skunk.
We saw them putting the skunk on the wall in Act 1.
Like, why do we need this bartering situation? Why not just blast everyone with the skunk and be like, then we ran away?
That would have been fine too.
That would have been fine.
Blasted everyone, and then like basically, fucking, I don't know, turn into a horse and run off because with the other survivor, like you did in the first book, Cassie.
They had to have the fun joke of grape juice.
Okay, I do like. Yeah. I hate how the plan resolved, but I do like the joke ending.
Yeah. Which is basically just that we find out they told them grape juice is how you remove skunk smell. And it's not. It's tomato.
So Visser 3 filled up his dumb yerk pool
with some Welch's.
Welch's.
So much grape juice. Like, I think, what is it? Tobias is like, oh yeah, they've been running back and forth, grabbing all this grape juice.
Hilarious.
No one can tell Visser anything because, he's an idiot.
You really realize he's an idiot in this book.
He's so dumb.
What?
Didn't it make you respect skunks though? I felt like I wanted to write like an anti-deforestation movie called The Skunks, where all of a sudden all the skunks band together and no one can come near the forest.
Can the skunks talk in this movie?
I don't know. Well, it's like the birds, so there gotta be people there, but it's gonna be the skunks, where all of a sudden you're like, man, there are a lot of skunks. Because that's what I took away from the birds. It's like, oh, wouldn't it be scary if all these things that we're just living around like peacefully every day, all of a sudden we're like mad at us? I'm like, what if we did that with skunks?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Okay. We'll do some punch up.
Give me a treatment. I'll read it. I'll tell you my thoughts. I don't.
Yeah.
Do you think we could make it? We could dilute it down, make it an animated feature where the skunks do talk to each other.
That's my biggest question right now about what you brought us. I want to know if we're going to have to animate moving mouths on them on live action skunks.
No, we just go Homeward Bound, where we just have the animals. Just
Michael J. Fox voices all of the skunks.
Who is the skunk wrangler? Theaters. Is that a job? I'm sure it is.
Skunk it's got to be Danny McBride, right?
He'll only work with them if we remove those sacks. You know that.
I'm not doing that. That's unethical.
We're
going to remove the
sacks.
We're not
removing the sacks.
Danny won't.
We just
will be a part of it.
Well, I guess I'm learning how to skunk wrangle. Get a lot of tomato juice.
We're going to partner with Red Gold. We'll have an unlimited supply.
How much product placement do they need, juice. Quinn? How much?
Just ketchup throughout the whole movie.
You know we're Heinz men.
Okay, then like just a lot of moms making marinara. So just big cans of crushed tomatoes.
Oh, gosh. A crushed I can
Someone
do.
owns a restaurant.
Great.
It's Italian.
Great. We have an Italian guy.
Yeah.
We have an Italian guy who
Fazoli, guys. I got to lead on Fazoli.
Oh, real Italian, real fresh, real fast?
I thought it was real fast. Fazoli's real Italian.
Did they have a song?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I just sang it. That was it.
Oh, that's Bob.
You want me to do it again?
Yeah. Let's get a clean take. Everybody shut the fuck up. Let's get a clean take.
That's how I remember it. Now I feel like I have to fact check it. God damn it. Okay. It was Fazoli's real Italian, real fast.
I like that when we say real fast, I'm looking it up. Faster real than fast. The
yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Very good.
Okay, we can work with this. We're greenlighting this. We're greenlighting your movie. We're greenlighting your skunk movie.
Yeah, we're greenlighting.
It is in.
Okay.
Greatest show we've ever done.
Did you guys know you can have skunks as pets in Indiana?
That doesn't surprise me at all. I do not.
Hold on, I'm gonna quickly watch a '90s Fazoli's commercial.
Yeah, there's like basically nothing that's restricted in Indiana. For some like things you have to have like permits, but like skunks, raccoons, foxes, you good.
Bro, you go out and get it. You got to take it to Purdue to desack it, or somebody who cut up a cat in AP Bio knows how to desack a fucking
Those
skunk.
monsters.
Yes.
Ugh.
Okay. Everybody,
weird.
We're gonna listen to this song, Quinn. We all want to hear it too.
I hope it's like Easy Mac or something. you got two commercials confused.
You get too confused. I don't know. Fazoli sounds good now. Should we get Fazoli?
Yeah,
I would eat some Fazoli's right now. I would.
That'd be great.
Where's there Fazoli's we can go to right now?
Oh god, it's got to be close.
Madison.
Chicken Alfredo. It's what's cooking right now at Fazoli's.
Fazoli's Real Italian. I definitely got the song correct.
That's like
I feel
that's
really
like the
proud of myself.
old jazz that Cassie's dad likes to listen to in the truck.
Way to bring it back, Brent.
Okay, everybody, it's morphin' time with Beasley.
Okay. Yeah. What were you guys' favorite morphs? I think we're all going to probably be pretty similar, but mine was Marco turning into the skunk and naming all of the little baby skunks and being like, Cassie's like, yo, this dude's going to be a dick and I'm not happy. And she's like, there he goes, surprising me. And I'm like, yeah, dude, Marco fucks. You never know with that guy, real situation, You think he's going to go right, he pivots left. Just great.
Yeah.
I do like that she says at the same time. It's like, yeah, Marco's going to goof off and whatever, but, he is there when you need him. Like, dude comes through.
And that's a big deal,
Mm-hmm.
I like when they're all owls. I love the owl morph. That might be my favorite. Like, that might just be my favorite morph. So if anybody morphs an owl, like, because they all do that at night, I think, at the one time, maybe all of them, like, when they're going before they're going to be. So before they're going to be Termite. At some point, I feel like they're all owls.
They do it when Jake is a controller and they're watching him try to escape.
Yes. Well, they do that too. Yeah. I love the owls. They were owls this time. So give me an owl.
Owls are cool.
It's always gonna be an owl.
Brent, do you just want to read the Guardians of Ga'Hoole? Is this like
I do want to read
it?
Yeah. Hey, look forward to that. Put it on the calendar. Put it on the calendar. 2022. Okay. We're reading it.
Okay.
I like owls.
Is that what you're manifesting this year in the secret?
Oh yeah, what's everybody manifesting for the secret? I'm manifesting reading the Guardians of.
Finish the Ga'Hoole or something like that.
Ga'Hoole.
Ga'Hoole.
That's how you say it.
Hey,
it's the Guardians of Ga'Hoole.
You don't believe me when I sing a perfect Fazoli's Real Italian Real Fast jingle, that's a real jingle, but you will believe Aaron if he just says like, yeah, it's Ga'Hoole.
Ga'Hoole.
Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. What do you want?
What do you want, Quinn?
Just like Visser 3.
How dare you get the edited light bandits? Woo! I'm gonna manifest a new style. I'm not sure if it's gonna be Courtney Love or Courtney Cox, but I'm really taking it back to 97 Courtneys, and I'm just gonna like get some of that energy in me, like whatever. What am I, Monica Geller? What am I, like a rock star? Who knows? We're gonna figure it out though. So that's what I'm manifesting for the new year.
Yeah, so from both.
Manifest.
Yeah, we need the manifest.
I'm gonna manifest. Favorite morph. Okay, I'm going to connect them. Favorite morph, I'm going to go with the rats. Because the rats, they felt bonded with the rat. It was like a little bit like shades of like flowers for Algernon momentarily. We were like really bonding with Courtney. And now she lives in the walls. And I like that for her. But I'm going to manifest. Yeah.
Like a
married to the Mice King.
Borrower.
But I think I'm going to manifest for Cassie. I'm going to manifest for me and Cassie a similar energy, and that's like achievement and academic success, because I really wanted to see her succeed, and she really didn't in this book. And I don't want her to get a D. Like, that's not good. Your parents are vets. You know how hard it is to get through vet school? And you have 2 of them in your house at all times. Vet school is like one of the more difficult like graduate programs to get into. And she's just like failing. And I don't like to see that.
Do we think they met at vet school?
At vet school, probably. Met? I don't know, but maybe.
It's got to be, right?
Or
were they just 2 hot single vets in the same unidentified city?
They had competing vet practices. It was a Hallmark. Movie.
Oh man.
Yeah. Maybe one of them was a small animal vet and one of them was a large animal vet. And then they were like, let's have a business team up so that we can treat all sizes of animals.
Yeah.
And then, well, wait, her mom works at the zoo, so her mom's probably like an exotic animal vet. So
her mom's from the city. Her
mom's from the city.
A small town.
Yes.
So he's like wild animals and like horses. And then her mom does like exotic pets and animals. There's like no cat. They've never treated like a cat or a dog at this vet practice.
Well, they got to give them all to AP Bio and start cutting them up.
Jesus.
Well, Cassie's not going to make it to AP Bio the way it's looking for her. Brent, maybe you can speak a little bit to what happens when your grades start to slip.
I also asked, I told my guidance counselor, I was like, take me out. I want out. How do I get off of this AP track? Get me out. I'm done for math and science, but keep me in English.
Yeah.
I'm an advanced reader.
I'm an advanced reader.
I never read Animorphs.
He's back. It was not advanced enough.
What, are they getting in shenanigans? Please. Give me that Charles Dickens over there.
Yeah, you know I love that.
He's like, Bleak House? Hell yeah.
More like
Freak House.
Nailed it.
Tom?
Favorite morph, Termite Queen. I'm surprised you guys didn't take it, and kind of glad you didn't. Like it was a cool like horror scene. It felt very different from most of the rest of the books. I enjoyed that. Pretty fun. Manifesting 2022. I'm gonna manifest making you all play a mini-series role-playing game that it will be on our Patreon.
Yeah, look for that on our Patreon. Yeah.
Oh.
What a surprise.
That's a drop for us.
I love that.
Yeah.
So these real Italians.
All right.
Real fast.
And that's it. That's it. We did it.
You guys want to see my Uric fashion show?
Oh my.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Put it on the Patreon. Put it on the Patreon.
Gotta go on Patreon. Should that be what the campaig's about?
Quinn, sing that to the Fazoli's theme, please.
Put it on the Patreon?
Put it on the Patreon.
Put it on the Patreon real fast.
Scholastic Podcastic is produced by DB Improv Collective and not affiliated with Scholastic Publishing. To keep up with all DB Improv podcasts, live shows, and other projects, check out dbimprovcollective.com. For full access to all of our content, become a supporter at Patreon and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. That's all at DB Improv Collective. If you enjoyed the show, subscribe, or even better, tell some friends. And thank you for listening.